Hello darlings, welcome to another broadcast of The Curious Mind of Raquel Carter. So today, because I've received a bit of questions or comments that someone wanted me to do a bit of a channeling or a reading on our dear beloved Johnny Depp. So I'm going to channel in some information on his current status on his career and his relationships, if he has a relationship and where he is currently. So as always, these are not my opinions, these are not facts, these are things that I am channeling and picking up from my psychic realm. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gathering about Johnny Depp is he is feeling very confident, very stable in his environment right now. I do believe I'm seeing that he is nestled in into his little home. I know it's not little. Apparently it's enormous, but I'm just saying that he feels as though little in the sense that it's very cozy and it's very warm, and he feels very, very comfortable living in Europe. He feels as though I'm hearing, I found my sacred place. This is what I'm hearing from him. With regards to his career, I feel as though he is, in a sense, I sense that he is, I do believe that I did see at one time, I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure that he had some type of exhibit in London, and I feel as though I can see him kind of like twicking, like, you know how like if you had a, let me see if I got one. You know how like if you have a pencil and you're going like this, it's kind of like you're thinking, you know? Because I think well, obviously he smokes, so maybe this is a cigarette. But you know, like when you're contemplating and you're like, what should I do? What should I do? I'm seeing him with like something, it might even be a paintbrush in his hand, like, hey, let me try that out. Let me do an exhibit there, or let's see how I can get my art out into the world and to the universe more clearly. Basically like he's trying out things, you know, like what feels good to me. So let's do an exhibit, let's do let's sell prints, let's do an auction, let's do this, let's do that. So I feel like there's loads of different options that he feels as though like, hey, this is great. I'm also seeing children when I see art. So I'm seeing Johnny and I'm seeing little children, which means that, hey, I want to be able to use the money or the portions of the money that he would sell his art for, whether that's prints or whatever it is, I'm seeing hospital. Let's donate. I want to donate loads of my money from my art. However I sell it, things of that way, like I'm seeing weaving. And I want to give it to hospital or like needy children, etc. Okay, so that they have, I'm hearing, so they can have as most comfortable means as possible, especially for the little children that are struggling in hospital, like they've spent loads of time in hospital. You know, for example, if they've got cancer and they have a long stay in hospital, that he wants them to have the creature comforts of it feeling as though it's home. And if I can do this with my financial means, that's how I'm going to do it. Because I love giving and sharing, protecting. I hear protective and contribution. That's what I'm hearing. So I feel as though what I'm getting is he is, the main reason he is delving into his art is he feels this is a stream of income that is all love. It's based on love. it's done in love, and I'm sharing the wealth in love. He's very much, feels very, very, I can see him very, very much like this. You know how Johnny Depp, you know, like he's always doing this. This is like very much like I am so, so indebted to these little children, and I want them to be so super happy. And I can see him smiling, you know, oh, the children make him very happy to help the children. Very much, very, very kind, gentle heart when it comes to that, most particularly. As far as his music, let me see what I can pull in on his music. Okay. When it comes to him playing the guitar, I'm seeing Jeff Beck, and I'm seeing like Johnny go like, I'm struggling because I miss my best mate, and it's not as enjoyable without my best mate by my side. So I can feel like, feel tears welling up. He's very much feeling as though I miss my best mate on the stage with me, and I'm not ready to go there again and like dive deep into it. I'd rather like focus on something else. Let me just take a back seat to try and still work through my friend's death. There's a sense of loneliness about him with missing this Jeff so much. He really, 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 it's hit him harder. I'm saying it hit me much harder than I thought it would. It's really taking a toll on me. It's very difficult. I really, really miss him. He helped me through the trial and everything in my life at the worst time in my life. He was a true helpmate to me. And I'm really struggling to find my way to get my sea legs. I feel very unstable without him. He really, really was a comforting friend, and he helped me so much through such a difficult time in my life that I'm having a very difficult time in trying to put the pieces back properly. He feels confident that he'll do it, and this is why he's staying busy. I'm seeing, I'm seeing him, I'm seeing director. I'm hearing, I would rather direct people for a while. I've been on the other side of the screen, and I feel as though I want to direct because I feel I have loads of information, knowledge, teaching skills to influence these young and up-and-coming celebrities. And I no longer care about that sort of thing, you know. Let me just be on the other side, directing them, giving them, consoling them, teaching them, guiding them, helping them to know the ropes. This is what I'm getting. Know the ropes. Like I can see him going like this. Like I know the ropes very, very well. And I know the things that will trap and ensnare, I'm hearing ensnare, the young youth of this up-and-coming film industry. And if they are receptive to my teaching and abilities to show them compassion, show them how it's really supposed to be done, not all the kind of like hoopla. I'm hearing hoopla and nonsense. Because I'm seeing him say it's like a flippin' circus, and I want them to see that this is truly how it should be. Very dignified, very diplomatic, and I can show them that. But I'm going to do it on the other side of the camera because I don't need direction anymore. I would rather give proper direction to other people. So that is where that's coming in. I did not know he was director. Let me see if I can gather any other information on career. I'm hearing no, that's all. That's all I want you to know, Raquel. That's all I want you to know. Understandably, you must understand that if there's something that I'm channeling and that person does not want me to know, no one's going to be able to get the information. But the information that I'm gathering in the psychic sphere is open knowledge, open information. It's things that they don't mind so much knowing. They don't care that we know. And also, a celebrity is put on as a celebrity because they desire to be in the front, in the limelight. So you must understand that this is no, dipping into things that you shouldn't be. So, but from what I'm gathering at this point, this is like, that's all I want you to know about my career. So let's move on to his relationships. And if he has relationships, let me, okay, so now I'm going to channel some information on Johnny Depp and his personal relationships. Okay, so what I'm getting right now currently is I do believe that there may have been, or currently, there is a particular person, young, but I'm seeing her, this is the vision that I'm getting in my mind's eye, okay? I can see Johnny in front of me, and I see this particular gal, very, very young, but like when, like I've never watched the Matrix movie, but you know how, like, say for example, you see, like, you would see on screen a ghost or something, and then the ghost kind of flickers and it goes away, and then you can see the form again, and then it goes away. It's like going out and in, like flickering kind of, but it's also like, oh, I can see the full version of that person, and then it flickers out and it's like a ghost, and then it comes back, and then it keeps going back. Now, this to me is symbolizing a particular relationship, whether that is a current relationship or one that was recent past, okay? And I can see her coming in and out, in and out, in and out like that. And it's kind of like disappearing into the background. So he may be struggling, like he may have been in a relationship or will start a relationship, but, and I think I read I read a spread on him about 6 or 7 months ago. And I picked up on he was dating a very young girl, like a foreigner. I think he's kind of had enough with, I'm getting the sense that I'm seeing his children's mother, which wasn't her name, Vanessa? Paradise? Vanessa, I think. Was it Vanessa? I can't remember. Let's just call her Vanessa. I'm seeing him remember back to attaching a foreign woman to a more stable relationship. So he's identifying that if I have a foreign woman, because they're different than American women, I think he is equating those two with foreign women are different, and I get on better with a foreign woman. Okay, so what I'm hearing now is I'm too old and set in my ways for me to have to deal with this nonsense. I'm hearing nonsense again. Like, this is a bit nonsense when I have to deal, and this is probably what I'm getting for myself. I'm speaking as though I'm channeling this from Johnny, is that he's thinking, okay, yeah, I went for a younger girl again, like I did with Amber. I would almost venture to say that this particular girl that was just in a relationship with, so now that's telling me it's kind of fizzled out. And he's not willing to say, hey, this was, I was wrong in this area. Perhaps they had, I'm seeing disagreement or a kind of like, not fighting or anything. It's like he's saying, no, I'm too dignified for that. I'm not going to fight someone. I'm not going to scream and holler because I feel as though this person is too young also. And I don't want to get entrapment with another Amber. But I bet you that this gal resembled, maybe in looks, like Amber. And he was attracted to that again. But he's like, it's not all it's cut out to be. That's not all it's cut out to be just because you have a hot girl. And I see him saying, I'm too old for this. Like, I'm just too old for this nonsense. I feel him being like, I can see him going like this with the relationships. Like, ugh. I think he's also, I'm feeling agitation. Like, I can feel myself going like this, right? Like, in my skin. Like, I'm not comfortable in my skin yet with a woman. Just let me keep, and I see him going like this. Let me just keep him at bay for a little bit longer. Like, I dove in to get my feet wet a little bit, but now I'm pulling back again. Because let me focus on my career again, because you know what? Maybe I'm still too wounded of a bird to logically be in a relationship, like such a heavy duty relationship is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing, but it's nice to have a woman to temper my thoughts and to keep my bed warm at night. It's nice to have that warmth and embrace of a woman, but I'm just not there yet. I'm not ready to dive deep yet. I'm not willing to go there. I'm not willing to do it. I'm not doing it. And as a matter of fact, I'm not doing it. He has this real great desire to, because I see compassion again, just as I did with the employment thing. He wants to nurture. It's in him to nurture and to, I'm seeing mommy issues. Like I just saw mommy issue. And so this is my feeling, as though I feel as though as Raquel, I need to say that, look, if you ever see this video, Johnny, that there will come a time you might not be ready in this moment, because I feel resistance towards you, that to look deeper into your relation. Obviously, this is very true, and we know this, and this came out, and you were very aware of it through the trial, is that you're still wounded and bruised, and it's going to take quite a bit of internal therapy, like not necessarily like open therapy, like going and sitting on a couch. I don't see that with you. But the way that you will meditate and the way that you will journey and voyage through your healing with women in addressing those mothering issues is going to be, I'm seeing you go to your island or on your ship, on a boat. If you don't have a ship or a boat or a yacht, I'm seeing Caribbean. I'm seeing Caribbean. And you're going to do it through your art as well. Your art. So painting, I would suggest, in my personal opinion, that through the art, you will be able to heal that inner wounding that has to do with your mother. And I see a big, like almost like a very big wound, okay? And it's trying to, you know how like when you've needed a plaster, that you take it off and then you let the air start healing it and starts to scab up, but it starts to itch. Okay, I'm seeing this, that it's starting to heal up, but now you have to remember not to scratch the scab off of it too early. And that is intertwined with jumping back into a relationship, because I feel as though if you do that and you start scratching, you're going to open up the wound too quickly, and it's going to result in a disastrous relationship. It won't be even 1/4 of the relationship that you had with your previous wife. However, it will erupt something in you again, which will, in long terms, in the future, it will keep you from ever having a deep, deep relationship with a woman again. I can see you, if that happens, you would go in solitude, very much hermit mode, and just be like, I could just live out in England and do my art, and on occasionally do a movie here or there, but just kind of be done with, I just not interested in ever remarrying or ever having that kind of relationship, because it was just so detrimental to my mental state. But yeah, so I believe that if I'm coming to the conclusion of this, that he was in a relationship with a young girl, foreigner, but there started to seep up some little kind of like discretionary things, like, hey, I'm gonna be here and you're gonna be here, and it was not definite. It was not necessarily like a location that they couldn't get worked out, because they could work that out. It became, he has a tendency to want to father the relationships that he's in. He wants to father them instead of it being a romantic thing. And this becomes a problem, because it's almost like fathering your daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's best for you. And when you start doing that and you're taking that fathering, nurturing thing about you and like telling you like, this is how it's going to be, because they're young in age, that he leans into that. But a woman in this day and time, although they might not be a feminist, and they're more susceptible to understanding and listening to a fatherly figure, an older man, because they're foreigners, the women are foreigners. The girls still struggle because he is old school and this is new school. This is what I'm saying, old school, new school. And you're not going to, she's too independent. She's too independent. And if she has a career, this is what's happening. In my suggestion, Johnny needs someone that is not in entertainment and absolutely has no desire to do that. He needs someone that is very domesticated, that does not want anything to do with that, because that is going to keep him more at an ease. I feel as though like, I can breathe. Like, he's feeling that way. Like, if I could just find someone that is not wanting to climb up, like wanting to climb the ladder, whatever the ladder is, I want someone that just wants to like be happy at home, just cooking and hanging out and planting the garden and listening to me play my guitar, or me playing the guitar to her, singing to her like, hey, listen to my song that I wrote. And he would like that so much more. I believe he needs to find someone that is not on this fame trajectory of wanting to be like this famous person, because there's too much of it's a battle not worth having is what I'm hearing. And it's like, I don't even care about that. Like, I'm going to be 70 closer than what these people, I mean, like, I'm not even interested in that. And so where in God's name am I going to find a woman like that, much less having to go through this whole rigmarole again? And I'm just not really up for it. At least this time in his life, I do not feel at this particular moment. Now, remember, energy changes and energy moves and shifts, okay? So that is what I'm getting. I'm getting that he's not, I mean, he might still be talking to this person. He might still be talking to this particular girl. But I can see it kind of like, oh, I see, yeah, I see it's his number and she doesn't answer. Or he might send a text just like, hey, what's up? You know, whatever. But I see her like putting the phone down and just being like, I'll get to it later. Like, I'm not really interested in this anymore. Like, I'm hearing he's not the flavor of the month anymore. She's moved on. She's moved on. He might still be lingering, like, maybe we could have a nice little dinner together or something. If she happens to be in town and I'm in town, we could make it work or something. But I think she's keeping the road hot or the airport hot or whatever. Like, I'm seeing like skid marks from like a car or an airplane. Like, she's moving on and moving up and moving on is what I'm hearing. Like, no, not at all. So let me see if I can gather anything else. Okay, what I am hearing is, what's the one particular guy that he does the movies with all the time? It was Bonham Carter's, what's her name? I can't remember, but I remember it because it's Carter. Carter is my name. But it's her husband. I can't remember what his name is. But Johnny's sitting there going, you know what? I really want to make another movie with him because that made me feel young and alive again. Like, I would really love to be, I can see this, like, side by side. Like, I would really love to work with him from a different perspective. Maybe like both of us behind the camera doing a movie. I'm hearing revisit an old novel. Let's revisit an old novel and see what we come up together with and create a movie like that for screen. That would be really, really fun. Oh, that would be jolly. That would be jolly. We'd have a whale of a time. But I'm seeing calendar, like the flipping of a calendar, like, oh, we can't get the month. We can't get the month. The calendar date, like they just keep flipping the pages and it's like, oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. So maybe there's something in the works, or they've been contemplating, or if they chatted about it or prattled on about it. They had a good chin wag, but I think they're both like this. We'll resolve to, like, it'll happen. Yeah, mate, it'll happen. It'll happen. No worries. It'll happen. Keep me informed. Keep me up to date. What you got going? Tell me if you find anything or you read a script or something like that. That might be right nice, you know. But they're in no hurry. It's like this. So this is kind of, they're not closed off to it, but they're just like, hey, let's relax, you know. Gentlemanly. Like, it's kind of a relax, like, let's meet up at the pub later. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's good. Yeah. That's all I'm hearing on that. Let me see if I'm gathering anything else. I see Amber's name. Amber's name, and then I see Spain, but I see it like, you know, like when you're painting smoke out of a fireplace or a little chimney, and it kind of goes like this, it kind of goes like this, and you make it like with the gray and black and a bit, you know, and it kind of goes out. That's kind of how I'm seeing. And what that means to me is that she still crosses his mind, but there's very much indifference. Like, he doesn't even despise her anymore. He's almost like he's indifferent to her. Like, I'm seeing like a little silver, like embellished top of a little case. And it's got like either like a deep purple or a deep red velvet lining in it. And I can see Keeper of Memories, and he's shutting the lid on it. It's silver, it's all beautiful and silver and embedded and embossed, you know, gorgeous, like flourish kind of things on it. And I'm seeing him close that, like he's just closing it gently. And it's like, this is the Keeper of Memories, but the box is very, very small. So to me, that means that that memory is slowly becoming very, very small. Almost, I'm hearing disappearing. It is gradually disappearing. But he's putting it like on a little shelf in a library. I can see like books, and there's like statues or busts or something. And I'm seeing it's like a curio cabinet, and he's putting it there. Like, it's a bit of a remembrance, but it's kind of in the distant. It's becoming more distant and more distant for him. And he likes that. He very much likes that. All right, Johnny, do we have anything else for you today, love? He's very, very happy. Very happy. He feels very contented in a very long time. Very, very long time. He feels very much like, I'm so true to my nature of who I am and what I love to do. And I get to pick and choose how I want to live the rest of my life. And it's very, very comforting. And I'm very happy about it. Very, very happy about it. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much. Cheers, darlings. Toodle pip.